Have we played yet?
Actually, yeah, Justin.
What?
Yeah, Justin.
Oh, yeah, Justin.
What about the obvious one?
Yeah, Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick.
All right.
Tried.
Welcome, folks, to the after party. This is after episode 14, Warehouse Woes from our Starfinder campaign, in which Dren just took some really bad drugs and got real addicted. That's about the only thing we accomplished that episode, but I'm okay with it.
I had a +8. And I
Finally
rolled
got
an 8.
someone.
I did finally get someone. I should have been pushing the pirate angle harder, I guess. Yeah, the way addiction works is pretty rough. The way you die is kind of too quick.
Oh.
So we'll have to work. I might slow the burn a little bit. I forget if it's a daily thing or not. If it's a daily thing, I'll just stick with it. Is it daily?
I think it is.
Then I'm okay with that. As long as it's not hourly. I think some drugs are so degenerative it's faster, but if it's just daily, I'll work with that. That's fine.
Dang.
I mean, and I feel like
That's why I didn't want to take it.
I feel like Mister wouldn't have made it for hourly. See.
That's fair. The effect is like a really cool one. Being able to redo your action is kind of bullshit, but I think it'll make for a really fun final conflict if you guys all dope up and kind of go hard.
All of us just like
Guys,
shoot up.
I have no idea.
It's
You
a hell
gotta
of a
try
thing
it.
to
It's
hope
so
for.
good.
I'm all about it. It's gonna be great. Well, you got to think this is something that your enemies have access to. Mister made this for Durlith.
But we know how the voice in the sky rolls.
Yeah, love drugs. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was more thinking like even if you redo your action, you're still not going to beat us.
Oh, yeah.
How you actually literally roll, not figuratively roll.
I took it figuratively. No, yeah, I'll roll 2 nat ones. Just fuck it, I quit. He sees himself shooting himself in the head this way, so instead he shoots himself in the dick. Come in. All right.
Dick.
Let me see if I can find the goddamn mecha art. Where did it go? I know I had to take some stuff off because we were losing space somewhere, but I didn't think I took it off that aggressively. All right, I got a lot of art
don't
stuff
take up
here.
much space either.
Oop.
I pretty much got rid of a bunch of the videos that we had saved on there because those were big.
All right, Justin, I have one of these I can throw into
Okay.
Hangouts if you can put it up there. Where is?
Okay.
All right, that's the base mech.
We'll
Like
have to go
that's the
back to our
grunt.
old overlay.
What was that?
We're gonna have to go back over to our
It'll be
old
fine.
overlay really quick.
Where's the other one? So that's the production suit, but there is a like a leader version which has like a gold crown kind of thing.
Did you have that commissioned?
Yeah. We had this
Oh,
commission.
that's
It was
cool.
actually Rusted Chrome did all these for us. He did your mechs and he did the
I kind of
Did
only
you-
ever remember seeing like a generic green one or something like that.
no, there's only a
I
generic.
do remember seeing one like that.
Well, that's your suit. So your suit has a green one that's kind of generic looking. But you know what? I can actually just go to Discord and find that old because I got it all through him. Let me just go through my messages and I'll find it that way.
The way I understand drug usage,
Yep.
It says he's going down both the physical and mental track. Yeah, that is
physical
pretty
and
shitty.
mental.
Oh yeah. I'm guessing you start out as latent, because there's a number of steps here. He's probably start out as latent, but every day he must do another fortitude save or go further down.
That's not bad. I feel like he'll be okay.
For every day of bed rests or 2 nights of normal rest, a victim moves 1 step towards healthy. The rate of recovery is doubled by successful medicine checks.
I pasted
we've
the
got some of
command
those.
unit. The command
That's not
unit
so bad.
is also so it's not too bad until you fail the check. But
Right.
what's the biggest penalty? Is it death? If he doesn't,
Yeah, the final penalty is death.
so you have something in your system that could kill you.
Yep.
It's not fast, but if you fuck up
It is
enough,
furious.
yeah.
Ugh.
And Justin, I pasted the command
You'd be
version.
dead in a week if you keep failing.
That's fine. I expect.
I posted
have to
the
make
the
it-
command unit of the
Like, do I have to make
Well,
it once, or do
if
I have to
you-
make it as like healthy or as healthy as I can be while addicted?
So
There's a
Filling the cure or reaching the end of a poison's duration removes a poison from the victim's systems, but she remains the same step and recovers gradually.
I like how it has like a sort of 40k vibe to the.
So
halo around
actually,
it.
all of Rusted Chrome's art is 40k inspired because that's what he actually does on the side. He draws 40k art and he puts it on his Instagram and everything. So this is very much it's 40k art shoved into my Gundam-esque frame that I requested.
Yep, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like the accents.
I should have the mecha group. I thought we had that in Roll20, although there it is. Yeah, if I can bring you over to the Roll20 map. These are our suits as well.
He's got it's.
What?
I just noticed he's got like a Zaku penis.
Oh God, with the eye.
It
I
looks
did
like
not
the
notice
eye.
that.
Yeah.
I forget. He had changed something for me. What was it? Oh, I had him color in the shoulder as gold as well, because the Zaku's always have like one kind of off shoulder too. Yeah, he worked with me. This was back in
long time ago.
March of 2018 is when I got these all.
Been a
Yeah.
while.
And I put you guys are on the Roll20 page for the ones that are your specific mecha, which we've seen before.
Oh, there they are.
All right, yeah, but just so you know, using the rules of mega opiates, that's what you're
mine.
drugged on. We will talk about it on stream, so it's canonically in like the rule set, so people know what's going on there, and it's all good stuff.
Looks like he's going down 3 tracks actually.
3? I
Uh-oh.
thought it was just 1. It just says strength to me.
No, so addiction is mental and physical.
So it can be either.
Mental, yeah. So yeah, if you look at like hyperleap.
Boy, Nick, I bet you're excited and happy in your choices.
Hey man,
So the way
I might
I'm
dive up for the finale. I might pick up one of the ship's crew.
Is that and then it says track strength. So the drug itself attacks the strength track.
Yep.
And the addiction tackles both the mental and physical disease track.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
oh yeah, it does say mental and physical right there for addiction. You're right.
Yeah. And so it looks like he might need to make like 3 checks every day.
And if he takes the drug that day, he doesn't have to make a check.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. Yeah. I think that makes sense. Probably even reset it a little. Maybe go up 1 step.
I would say he probably just doesn't need to make a save for that day. I don't know if it makes him. Well, maybe it does. I guess that does, right? When you take.
So that's the thing: is does it clear that level, or does it clear that that track?
Let me take a quick.
I feel like keeping it the same level makes sense.
Well, when you use drugs IRL, right? Doesn't it boost you up?
I don't know. I've never done any.
I've never been addicted enough to say.
Depends on what you take, I guess. I mean,
let's see.
I know.
Yeah, I'm
some
trying
drugs
forums
make you
now.
focus like crazy. That's for sure.
I could use some of those.
Get some good weed. Focus like crazy.
That don't make me focus. Not that I would ever have. All right, guys, I gotta go.
Caffeine.
I'm surprised you lasted this long.
See you later, Pat.
Peace out, Patrick.
Caffeine is one of those ones where if you don't take it for a day, you get the caffeine headaches. But as soon as you take your caffeine, those headaches go away.
I don't even drink coffee.
A creature takes a drug while it has progressed beyond healthy on the drug's progression track. The DC of the saving throw against addiction increases by 2. Doesn't help me. Only on a day when it hasn't taken the drug. So you can save against addiction only when you don't take the drug, which makes sense. And each day spent without using a drug decreases the addiction's DC by 2 to a minimum of the starting DC. But using the drug against even once returns the DC to its highest value. So it doesn't look like it actually helps you at all using the drug. Like if you're unhealthy because of drug use, you're just unhealthy. It doesn't put you back up. And it actually makes getting yourself cured of it harder.
Makes sense.
Which makes sense.
Great.
Sorry, I'm think I'm medically trained. Yeah, I got an 18 in medicine.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, I think we'll be good.
I could
So
probably help
don't-
you out with that too, because I have
Also,
So in other words, don't roll a 1 and he's fine.
Yeah.
it's the it's the fun way to go. So
I
Yeah.
got 13
that's what
in
I'm all
medicine,
about.
so I can help you. I can
Nice.
lend a hand.
I mean, slowly deteriorating over time doesn't sound very fun.
it'll
It looks
be
like
fun
it's
to
easy enough.
roleplay.
If he gets to healthy, it's gone, right? Is that what it said, Chris?
I think so. Yeah.
Curing an affliction. Could cure if they are treated before the victim reaches the end state. Diseases cure entry. Okay, I'll have to check that. What's the diseases cure entry? It doesn't say addiction on here.
Yeah. That's why I'm.
There's also a duration too.
Poisons and drugs work differently, fulfilling the cure condition.
That's a poison.
Or reaching the end of a poison's duration removes a poison from the victim's system, but she remains at the same step on the track and recovers gradually.
It looks like if you get to healthy, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you
That's
can
all I
kick
need
it
to
as
know.
long as you get to healthy, or I mean, I'm sure there's ways to get it cleared like magically and stuff too, like in any other tabletop. I just don't know how deep the magic goes. I don't know what Seeker has access to.
Well, magic hasn't really helped us on our adventure quite so much,
Yeah, no,
No.
it has not.
No.
nor hurt us on our adventure quite so much.
Well, I mean, magic's helped when getting rid of things like enemies.
And
Yeah,
holograms.
No,
Holograms
Yeah,
would be
holograms
great.
have been very helpful.
if a disease, which I guess addiction counts as, lacks a cure entry, its progression may be irreversible without powerful magic or technology.
Mm.
What the hell is addiction? Oh, cure. 3 consecutive saves.
Oh, all right.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense then. Okay. So
Because you save each track.
So yeah, and once you're cured, you stay at the spot that you were at. So say you failed twice and you're impaired. On the physical disease track, the victim is exhausted whenever she takes a standard or full action. She must succeed a fortitude save at the DCs of the disease or lose the action, become nauseated for 1 minute. So once you make 3 consecutive saves and you are impaired, you will then go to this one up here. For every day of bed rest or 2 nights of normal rest, a victim moves 1 step towards healthy.
And the frequency of these saves you have to make is 1 a day when not using the drug.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's all there. Cool.
Yeah, okay, that's not so bad. And then just traveling between places is good enough to be like, okay, I'm cured.
Yeah,
Or
basically.
dead.
I mean,
Or
Yeah,
dead.
we're dead.
you do still need to make the saves, and you could technically F it up because it's a bonus, not a guarantee. The
Right.
2 days of bed rest gives you a bonus. And it would be really funny to have you brawl out.
Unfortunately, Miller can more or less save him instantly.
Basically.
Why is that?
He has an
checks.
18 medicine.
Balls. Yeah, I don't think the check got higher than a 20, did it? What was the deal there?
I
No,
think-
20 is the base, right?
Does he immediately go to 22?
8 and others just a 10, right? Or is it a 15?
Yeah, it's an automatic. He'll automatically give him a +2. Although I'm
'cause
not
I
sure if
got-
he's aiding another. You're aiding another, but Miller's
Well,
doing
me
the thing,
aiding,
right?
I could aid Miller in his medicine because I've got 13 medicine, so that's an automatic success, right? Success.
It'd be a 21 minimum.
Yeah, each day spent without using the drug decreases the addiction's DC by 2 to a minimum of the start. Okay, so what's this? The DC of the saving throw against
Oh,
addiction
shit.
increases.
So hold on. I'm looking up now. Treat drugs or poison.
Yep.
And my 18 medicine check here is only going to give Nick a +4 bonus to his saving throws.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. All right.
Okay,
That's
So you
still
do
not
have
so
a
bad.
chance.
it's not bad. It's not
Because
bad.
I only missed the check by 4 anyway.
You have
so,
+8, right? So that's +12.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's massive. You'll be fine.
yeah.
You totally
if
won't
not-
die.
Unless he's a
Does
brawl.
he need 3 consecutive saves?
To become healthy. So if he
Okay.
fails any of them, he deteriorates along that track.
Now, does he have to succeed the checks 3 times in each track?
It isn't specific here.
Well,
I
three
kind of
consecutive
feel like it is,
or
but
three
it's
consecutive
weird.
saves sounds like it's one rage track. So, like, if you clear it that day for all 3, then okay. But if you miss one of those 3, then you're still, not looking good.
You're not making 3 saves. You just need a physical and a mental.
And a strength. Because it follows a strength track.
Well, strength is different. Strength isn't part of the addiction. Strength is a part of the use, right?
Right. So he has to save against that, though, too, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think that talks about curing, though. That doesn't cure the addiction.
Gotcha.
So we sure like having more alter egos, huh? Don't we? We like dressing up.
The heroes of altered space.
we're really, it's too bad we don't have Rye for all these, times we're going out and acting.
Yeah,
he dies right before we start doing all the diplomatic stuff.
This is the
Before you'd be
last
useful.
infiltration style mission I have for the campaign, just so you know. Everything else will be either complete stealth if you want, or like smash and grab.
Yep. I consider the way Seeker's been acting every time in homage to Rye.
That's fair.
At least in character. He's trying harder specifically for Rye.
I'll allow that.
Yeah.
So this is the arc to equip your mechs. The next arc will be to deal with the 0 situation. And then after that, I think we'll be at Gerson time. It's go time. We'll have
the 0 situation will actually be my situation too, because I'm trying to figure that stuff out and make sure that.
Yeah, had I remembered that we were ready to do that, I would have probably flipped these arcs, but I forgot and I didn't prep for that one. So yeah. I have like the rough what's going to happen, but I didn't stat out anything, and that'll be a challenging thing to have not done.
That's actually a good thing for me to know. Here, I'll actually write it in Hangout so they can't hear me ask you.
Isn't that the whole point of this show? Info's just out there for everybody.
I'll see if it's worth sharing. I don't know. I trust Michael's probably being sneaky for a reason.
Yeah, for fun.
It's all fun for me. I think having a session or like a party with hidden information is fantastic. It's one of my favorite things, as you guys hadn't noticed.
I mean, we've always had that.
Yeah, Shadow, the heroes of altered identity sounds right.
That last thing completely wrong, but whatever.
All right, let me see what this says. Patrick is a shithead. Well, no duh, Michael. No, it's it does kind of, I guess.
Oil.
you know it's there. Let's go with that. Other than its presence being known, though, nothing else.
It was the same thing as this 4, basically.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, folks, I'm gonna bounce.
Later, Chris.
Jump.
I'll probably see you in a couple minutes on Splatoon.
Yeah.
Play a good game
before going to bed.
If anybody else would like to play Splatoon with the crew.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we play Splatoon a lot. If anybody else out there does play Splatoon 2 and wants to play with us, let us know.
I only ever tried the first one, and I was not a fan.
No.
It wasn't for me.
We mostly play co-op. Play
Salmon Run is easily the best mode.
Yeah, and if they don't expand it in the next game, then they're dumb, because
I mean, they didn't make the matchmaking any better, so.
That's true. I'd love there to be a little bit like a persistence to it, like where you could, I don't know, make a build or something. That'd be really fun, like use equipment. But I don't know, find out.
I can't stand the gameplay. I've seen you guys play it, and it just looks awful.
Not fun.
Everything about it looks awful.
But unfortunately, your opinions don't matter.
Yeah,
that's fine. I'd rather roll around with Call of Duty.
The only thing I think we would call your opinion into question for would be Gundam-related stuff.
That's fair. Or Star Wars, but I'm pretty violent about my Star Wars opinions, so
What's your number at now? How much has it dropped?
I was gonna rewatch it. I might rewatch it on Thursday, depending if I can get a babysitter or not. I'd still put it at an 8. I liked it more than most people did. It looks like.
I feel like almost every time I see people complain, it's like, well, yeah, but if you think it out, it's fine. Like whatever it is you're complaining about doesn't matter.
I still think a 7.5 to 8 is where I would throw it. Like it was fun, but I wasn't like overly wowed by anything.
I think it made an effort to answer all of the issues that were given, for the most part, in the first 2 movies of this trilogy. I don't think either of the first 2 movies of this trilogy were that good. I think The Force Awakens was an easy copy pasta they did safely, and in the process, they decided to trash on all the characters from the original trilogy, which really pissed me off. Like, I'm still not okay about it. It's like, oh yeah, Han Solo, yeah, he lost the Falcon almost immediately. Oh yeah, his marriage failed. His kid, woof. Luke, that dude's some kind of hermit off somewhere because he's useless. He sucked. His whole life was garbage. Carrie Fisher, yeah, okay, but she still had it pretty rough. Like it's like they just chat on this. Like you get this crew that you follow the original trilogy.
All
You
the
want
good
them to have good lives.
Nope.
And if you're a fan of the old extended universe, the old novels that followed up the characters, they did it so much fucking better. Yes, it was inconsistent. Yes, it got really weird at times, but they treated those characters with respect, which J.J. Abrams has consistently just done a dookie on. That's it.
That's why Jen hates it. Jen will not watch anymore because, well, yeah, that type of stuff.
I mean, it is the end of the saga, so she doesn't have to watch anymore.
It's not the end of all Star Wars stuff.
It's not.
Supposedly the next thing is going to be like 200 years prior or something like that.
There's talks about stuff going into either Old Republic or height of the New Republic, depending on who you believe. Because that would be like 200 to 2,000 years in the past. And I'm kind of more interested in seeing them try the Old Republic again.
Because you want Revan canon again.
Yeah, I want Revan canon.
More canon.
He is technically canon, though. They canonized him in... they basically name drop him in the credits, effectively, or sort of, or like in a... there's a visual dictionary book for the Rise of Skywalker, and it mentions Revan as canonically. It's the name of a group of soldiers.
But doesn't the Clone Wars already have kind of like a...
Not Revan. It has Bane, and not the Clone Wars, but Rebels mentions a couple of things that were of canonically huge import to the KOTOR series, including Malachor as a planet, including the Mandalorian War, etc. But nothing has officially name dropped Revan until this visual dictionary. Basically, there's a groups of soldiers named after ancient Sith lords, and there's a bunch of Sith lords name dropped, including Revan.
Gotcha.
So that's the only current canonical reference we have to Revan existing. Bane and Revan were supposed to have scenes in the Clone Wars cartoon, like they were supposed to show up. I thought Bane did, but I'd have to go back and double check. But Revan's was cut, which is probably for the better, anyways. Because honestly, where they were planning on dropping those two in was kind of a stupid area of the Clone Wars on the Force planet or whatever. I fucking hated that arc.
So I haven't seen it yet, but I know it's concluded. What are your overall thoughts on the Mando?
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Oh, I haven't seen the movie either.
Well, I know you haven't seen the movie, that's why I haven't spoiled anything. Yeah. Literally, that name drop that canonizes Revan doesn't happen on screen and doesn't help you at all.
Yeah.
Mandalorian, if you took like the choicest episodes, so episodes 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8, I would say it's some of the best Star Wars you've ever seen. The intervening episodes that are effectively filler but introduce you to key characters for parts 7 and 8, they're fine. And you need to do world building. I think they did a bad job with the last episode of Mandalorian, episode 8, gives you a fuck ton of plot. It is just like, here's all this background, here's all this plot stuff, and here it's all compacted and compressed in this one episode, which is baller, but it's like a half hour. They could have easily teased each and every reveal that episode had into one of those shittier episodes that everyone complained was like, okay, this is like a serial episode. It has no relevance to the plot. Like, you've literally not even addressed the fact that he's just traveling with this thing in this episode. It's just if you're just giving it to us as fact, and he's doing his own thing, which is ultimately fine. But with considering how much they shat out in the last episode, no reason why they couldn't give us tidbits.
You mean like the ending? The last thing you say.
I mean, I'm okay with that being the big ending. Like, that's kind of cool as like a, oh shit, watching season 2 for real. But like, spoilers, guys, you learn his name in the last episode.
What?
You could have done that shit earlier, like easily. There's a great character that could have easily dropped his name in one of the worst episodes of the series.
Mace Windu, nailed it.
And it would have made it so much better. I ain't giving you anything. I told you find out his name, so watch it and get to that episode. There you go. I've enticed you.
Better look out once you know his name.
It doesn't help you.
Can write it in the Death Note.
Yeah, in the Death Note. That's fine. He's in trouble in the Death Note. But the series.
No, nobody knows his face. You have to know his face too.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yes, I would recommend watching it. Just know that in the middle, it kind of does like issue of the week episodes that don't tie back to the overarching plot.
Okay.
Episode 4, 5, and 6 have zero plot moving at all. They do a thing, and they're riffs on other things. Like episode 7 is a prison break. Episode 6,
and it was bad.
It was bad. It's the worst episode, and I hate one of the characters. If they bring her back, it better be to shoot her in the face in the first 10 seconds of the episode.
But Darrell liked her.
Of course Darrell did. Darrell has a terrible taste in everything. Sorry, Darrell. I love you, Darrell. God, what was the I'm trying to remember what episodes 4 and 5 were. They were better but not great. 4 is the Seven Samurai riff where they teach a town how to defend itself. Literal straight rip that they've done in Star Wars before. And then 5 was, I don't remember, but it's another like genre-esque thing they pull in and deal with that doesn't move the plot forward, which is fine. It's still fun to watch. I really liked every episode, barring the prison break episode, which it had good parts. Just that one character really ruined it for me.
Gotta have a prison break. Every RPG has one.
I would treat this more as it's trying to hit all of its Western tropes. Like it takes all of like your Western movies and you can plug a lot from them. It's not exclusively Westerns, but if this was nested in one thing, it does strive to hit all of the Western tropes. But in my opinion, they did manage to set up season 2 where it's going to be pretty interesting. If they learn how to spread out the reveals. If they wait till episode 8 again, or episode 16 this time to give us all the reveals they promised us, that's going to be really bullshit.
Yeah, don't pull Kingdom Hearts 3 and just have all the plot in the last, 10 hours of the game.
Exactly. It just doesn't work. Steve says, I think having a different director hurt the second movie. Yeah, for sure. They didn't have a coherent writing team for this new trilogy, and they literally made it up as they went along. It's like if I was DMing Star Wars, that's what they did, and it was awful. J.J. Abrams spent the last movie just addressing issues. It was big Band-Aids, which I liked because he basically Band-Aided things that annoyed me. So he basically took Dustin's pet peeves and slapped Band-Aids all over them, and I'm like, fine, I'm appeased, and it was fun. It's an 8 for me. I originally gave it a 9 because I was really excited after coming off the movie. It's down to an 8, but that's still a solid score and way above The Force Awakens for me. And The Last Jedi, while it has enjoyable moments, I've rewatched it twice now. It's actually a bad movie. It's just bad.
I tried rewatching it the other day. I could not.
I feel like I have to skip parts.
Exactly. Yep. You have to skip parts.
Yep.
Like it's anything. What is it? When I watched it, I skipped. We were talking about at dinner. The entire casino scene.
There's no value.
Anything actually relating to them.
They add 0% to the entire movie, other than they kill off Phasma. That's it. That's their whole thing, and
only
it's basically
because
an accident.
They had to confirm that Phasma was actually going to be dead this time.
It was so dumb. Yeah. Honestly, it's like The Force Awakens for me. No, sorry, it's like The Phantom Menace for me now. I have no interest in watching that movie. The plot is really dumb, but there are some cool scenes.
Yeah.
Phantom Menace has pod racing and Darth Maul, and this movie has the fight scene with the Royal Guards or the
and then
Snoke's
the fight
guards.
scene with Luke.
And the scene with Luke being a total fucking badass.
Yep.
That's it.
Parts.
Those are the only parts that you need to watch, and you basically get the whole benefit of those movies.
It sucks because those parts are so good, but every other part just drags it down.
Yeah. And some of the scenes are actually hard to watch, like when Finn goes to get on the escape pod. That's really cringy and awkward. Like the whole scene with Rose there. I don't like it. I've only
seen it once, so I can't actually think of I honestly can't tell you anything that happened in the second movie.
Well, I liked it the first time I watched it in theaters.
Those two things.
I hated.
Do you remember that the whole movie is somehow they're just chasing each other in space and that's it? And for whatever reason, they don't overtake the other because reasons.
Yeah. Even though they totally could.
Yep, they're like, we have to preserve our fuel, but they also have to preserve their fuel. Oh.
It's exceedingly bad. It's like Johnson watched Fury Road too many times and then was like, I got this. I'm doing this.
Or how about Dustin's real pet peeve with the movie, and it took place 5 minutes after the first one or something like that?
Oh, I have an extreme issue with the fact that there's a zero day time gap. The Starkiller base is destroyed in Force Awakens, and then the fucking Last Jedi starts. Every other Star Wars movie gives us or at least a year gap for a story to develop and progress that we don't need to see on screen. But instead, they took the issue of everyone already had this issue in The Force Awakens. Rey's overpowered. She's a Mary Sue. What is this bullshit? Already had this problem. And then they said, oh, we'll fix it by doing absolutely nothing. There is zero downtime. She's going to spend maybe 3 days with Luke and learn nothing. And now she's even better at Jediing.
That's how you become a good Jedi, though.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Anyway,
I'm gonna see if I can find that. I'm gonna see if I can find that picture you posted in Hangouts the other day. Post it in our Discord.
I think
because that's a fantastic
hilarious
picture.
I have it saved to my phone. That's my favorite. It's my new favorite picture.
All right, guys, if you want to see the meme, join the Discord
at bit.ly/neverdiscord. Oh, my nose is running.
A good selling point. Memes. Yeah.
Yep. We got memes. We got them for days. Eyes jamming. That's us. That's original.
I just posted. I love this picture. It makes me laugh every time I look at it. The hell is this?
I'm like so surprised it hasn't been made till now.
All right. Yeah. Are we rating anyone, Nick?
Yes. We are going to be rating. Let me make sure they're still live. They sure are. Okay, we're going to be rating Indoor Adventures. They're doing some Curse of Strahd.
Ooh. Awesome. I put the raid command or the raid text into the chat. Feel free to copy and paste. We can go say hello, and then I'm going to go blow my nose for 2 days because it's just running like a faucet. Thank you guys for watching so much and hanging out for the after party.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye, everybody.